Ever wondered how some people manage to read lots of books and actually get value from what they read? Well, today I'll be sharing my top 7 tips to help you to read more and get the most out of every book. Whether you're reading for pleasure, you're reading for work, or you're reading for personal growth. I'm Tutu Ariyo, an ICF certified coach and an agile coach. Reading is an invaluable habit that can enrich your personal and professional life. And I know many people struggle with reading, not because you don't know how to, but because life is just too busy. So if you are like me, who likes buying books but can hardly find time to read them, this video is for you. Fortunately for me, I've been able to find a way to help me read and get the most out of every book that I read. And I've compiled the strategies that have helped me and others read more effectively and extract maximum value from our reading session. Study your energy level throughout the day to identify when you are most alert and motivated. So there's a question I want to encourage you to ask yourself. When am I most alert, attentive, focused, and energized? For me, I discovered that early mornings are the best time I can read because I am more energized in the morning and focused. So for you, it might be late at night or during your lunchtime. Just find that golden reading hour and hone it. Choose your reading time based on when you have the highest energy level and you're less likely to be distracted. Now, once you have found your prime reading time, what's next? Set target that works for you, such as reading a set of number of pages of book or dedicating specific 15 minutes block daily. Look at your calendar and schedule 15 minutes into your day to actually be able to read. If you do this consistently, you will be amazed at the number of pages or chapters you're able to finish. And this way you're able to track your progress. When I start a new book, I time myself reading the first and the second chapters. Now, this helps me to estimate how long it might take me to finish the entire book. With that estimate in mind, I can block out time in my calendar and pace myself to read to meet my reading goals. It also helps me to pick up a book knowing fully well that I can finish it within a specific time. This method has helped me to plan reading sessions into my calendar to ensure steady progress. Reading is only half the battle. So, how do you reflect and keep track of your learnings? Now, for me, I take a moment and reflect on what I've learned by documenting my key takeaways, jotting them on the margin of the book where I found the idea. And sometimes I flip to the last page of that chapter and take down notes, or sometimes I use my notebook to actually summarize key insight that I've gained after I've read a particular section that is impactful. And sometimes I do take things I've learned from the book and put them in a backlog sort of, and I'm able to like start implementing some of the ideas as soon as possible. So doing this helps you to log those actionable ideas from your readings. Maybe a quick aha moment can turn into a long-term wisdom that you can apply and you look like a pro. So what do you do about all those golden nuggets that you have, stumbled on when you read? You can use highlighters, you can use pencils, you can use pen to mark interesting points or nuggets or wisdom or memorable quotes that you've seen on the pages of the book you're reading. Sometimes I do come across people that say, I don't like to use highlighters on my book. So if you like to keep your book neat and tidy and not mark them cover to cover like myself, so there's some transparent stickies, removable, colorful sticky notes that you can actually use. You can write on them. They are transparent. You just peel like one layer and just stick it on a particular book, and you can write on them, make notes on them, basically. But reading doesn't have to be a solo sport. Join or start a book club with friends or colleagues to make the most out of the experience and also to make the experience enjoyable, foster discussion, and motivate one another. Plus, you can discuss key takeaways and deepen your understanding. Thereby, you expose yourself to perspective from different people. You could also share your reading goals and progress with friends or family or on social media to, get motivated as well and motivate others. For example, I started my first book club with my children. They were my guinea pigs. So it's very easy for you to start. You've just got to find a book that you can all find interesting. Okay. So, but how I did that is a story for another day on intentional parenting. How can you make this habit a regular thing? Set a routine. Slot reading into your daily and weekly plan, like you would do with your gym sessions, or maybe you have a non negotiable meeting. Make it a habit, and before you know it, you've been wondering how you have ever lived without reading. As BJ Fogg said in his book, Tiny Habits, attach your reading habit to something you already do, like reading right after brushing your teeth, right after drinking your first cup of tea, or you make doing that particular house chores that you know you regularly do. Just imagine after you've done your daily chores, you pick up your book and boom, you just read a page or two without even thinking about it. The trick is to make it so automatic that you won't even have to think twice before you read. Now that you've got your reading schedule sorted, let's talk about keeping it fresh. Now, I like to switch between physical book and ebooks depending on where I am, and sometimes I use audiobooks to keep things interesting. After staring at the screen all day at work, I find it useful to read physical books to give my eyes some rest and reduce my screen time. So, audiobooks are perfect for me for busy days when I'm on the go. They turn my commute time or gym time into interesting learning time, learning opportunities. So, find out what works best for your lifestyle. It's useful to know that audiobooks and ebooks are a sure way of carrying a book anywhere, particularly useful when you have an unexpected free time, where maybe you're waiting for a friend, or even during your lunch break, or when you're on a trip and you want to travel light without carrying a lot of things. Trust me, books can be heavy sometimes. So there you have it, my top 7 tips to help you to read more and actually get value from the books that you love to read. You don't have to do all the tips. You don't have to do all of them all at once. You can just start by implementing just one. And thereafter, you gradually, try several others. So which of the tips are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. So until next time, keep growing and keep challenging yourself. Now go grab that book and start reading.